Hello students. So today we are going to talk about Philip Larkin, his themes and the subject matter of his poetry. Larkin's range is drastically limited and often characterized by a passively designed distaste for contemporary life. His is the verse of the outsider who is at once puzzled, half pitying, half despising the second and third rate standards in everything that he saw around him. He found only compromises and self deceptions everywhere. He evokes a faithful image of aspects of modern Britain where cows browse by canals with floatings of industrial froth, where the populace cast long shadows over major roads, where Whitsun weddings marked of the girls from cafes and banquet hall. English poetry has never been so persistently out in the cold as it is with Philip Larkin, a poet who is there to mourn once again a world without generative fire. It is very indifference, its failure to have any use for him makes him want to reject it. Life is first boredom, he writes in Dockeray and Son, both about himself and about life in general. He shows that it can be borne with grace and gentleness. The year after his first collection, The North Ship, was published, Larkin began reading Hardy. Hardy taught him to look outside, to fix the eyes on detail, to disembark on the terra firma of landscape of the time that is now and the world that is the welfare state. Whereas Hardy juxtaposes the impoverished present and the unrealized past, Larkin juxtaposes the impoverished present and the belated future and death. For example, in church going, he is the modern agnostic, an ironic cyclist at a church without any commitments to the hollowness of a dead faith. His rituals should be noted. The removing of the cycle's clip, like removing one hat. His donation, the act made, but an Irish useless coin, innocently irreverent. Faith cannot get inside him. He feels only grief, only a dissatisfaction, and unfulfillment remains. In Whitsun weddings, the vision changes from the spiritual to the social. In a world heavy with capitalism, a world of transactions and relationships which time renders senseless, the tragedy of ephemerality and unfulfillment leaves the man and enters the community, its history and ambition. The panorama is urban with the teeming cut price crowd, also partly rural, with the speaker isolated from both. In ambulances, the emphasis is again on the inevitable death, escape from the emptiness of life, where all streets in time are visited by ambulances. In Toads and Toads Revisited, we find another facet of modern faceless middle class man at the place of drudgery called work for a living. Home is so sad, death suited. Life is slow dying. Flowers cut for Sunday, brownish now. Fulfillment's desolate attic, loaf haired secretary. isolate village where removed lives. Loneliness clarifies, severing east from rich industrial shadows are a few random images from the world of Larkin. They show a poet who looks at ordinary life through empty, quiet air. His poems spring like snow drops directly from the cruel cast of things. They find their pathos in everyday thing. It is in the presence of death that the solving emptiness that lies under all that he does is sensed by man. All the stages of life tends to a process of degeneration and decay. No code of ethics and no efforts make sense in this vicious circle. That is why Larkin's man loses his significance as a man and is reborn in the image of a toad. The two companion pieces, Toad and Toad Revisited, represented Larkin's acceptance of the absurd as the inescapable condition of human existence. Larkin's subject matter is self deprecation, sexual defeat, and decay. He is anti romantic and anti rhetoric. He is alienated. He finds no links, tradition, religion, love, and generative fire. He is over insular and lacks nerve. He is unable to risk loving. He merely records. He cannot romanticize because he is lucid. Who can, freezing to death in a snowstorm, romanticizes on the beauty of the snow flakes. He says little because he sees too much. Thank you.